Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Total War Rome 2, Divide et Impera as Rome. We're picking up right where we left off, defending Thapsos. We've been attacked in between turns by Carthage. This is the fourth army now to attack Thapsos. This time Carthage are rolling up themselves, dealing with matters personally, after their two client states failed to capture the town thanks to the defense of Agrippa and Legio III Sicily, but we've been battered. They are now, I'd say, about 60% strength, and as you can see, the balance of power is tipped against us for the first time. Carthage coming in with a nice, thick, full stack, relatively well-trained troops, some sacred bands, some elephants, mercenaries for good measure. Speaking of, we obviously picked up a few of our own mercenaries to help bolster the defenses here. I did see a comment say, why not move the army, switch the one that was in Carthage with this one? Well, if you recall correctly, I mean, there are two armies pressing on Carthage right now, and I would say that that's a more valuable target to defend. True, it would be easier to defend with a weaker army, but I kind of like the roleplay and the narrative that we have Agrippa. He's on, he's been assigned to take Thapsos, hold it, and then, unify the African continent, or province, I should say, not the continent, the province, with the other general that's making its way out down to Euphranta. We're going to kind of meet in the middle, and just, I don't know, it just seemed like each general's been stationed somewhere. It's not always the most efficient play style, but I'm trying to build a narrative. There's lots of choices I make where I even mention, like, clearly this isn't, like, totally the most optimal thing. But, yeah, I thought I would just acknowledge that, if you're playing super efficiently, honestly, I would have auto-resolved those previous fights, and also we would have brought the general down. Would I have thought of that? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Just thought I would mention it. So I appreciate the feedback, though, or the comment and just the question. It's all good. Without delaying any further, let's just hop in. Let's try to defend ourselves really quickly. They do have elephants. They've got some armor-piercing axe warriors that we're going to have to be kind of worried about. We don't want to lose any of our units fully, so we have to really make good use of our archers and stuff. I saw as well some people were saying, and again, I'm just addressing because we don't have that many comments, but I feel weird just to ignore them. But some people are saying like, oh, you're maneuvering your troops a lot. If you leave them in place or get them in a better position at the beginning, they'll do better. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. Divide et Impera is a little finicky. I have this habit of moving troops a lot because they have to be really laid out correctly and not in the way of anyone else and formed up perfectly before they can fire. Otherwise, you can tell them to fire and they'll start spinning around. So a lot of the weird maneuvers I might end up doing is to avoid like certain bugs and pathfinding issues. But if we're just talking about straight up like position them better at the beginning of the battle, I guess, I don't know, I thought I was doing all right, but maybe not. Sometimes I do keep them kind of far back and in reserve until I can then send them forward. Often if you send them forward at the beginning, like the AI might target them and the elephants could come crashing through, or I don't know. So I am being a little overly cautious, I admit, but I ain't changing it. Unless I start really performing badly. Right, so we've been here many times before. This is the fourth time. Agrippa, of course, the third Sicily. And they're coming in from the same direction every time. But I suppose this time it's different. This time it really matters. So I would say get the hoplites near the front, and then also the phalanx units, right? These are the guys that are going to help tank what's coming at us. Maybe some of the lower tier units that we can afford to lose some more men in, no offense to them, could soak up some of the damage in terms of missiles. What do they have in terms of missiles? Unlike the Numidians, they're not going to be, unless they have mercenaries, they're not going to be rocking that much cav. So from what I can see, it's not too bad. Now, we do have Libyan peltasts, 2 units of them here at the front. So we got to watch out for them. And then we have Balearic Slingers. I think the strongest slingers in the game. They got really good range, and they do a little bit of armor-piercing damage with their throw. I think we can look at their stats if I just hover over it here. Let's see, missile damage. Hover over that, maybe? There we go. Base damage 6, armor-piercing 7. I mean, that's like on par with a javelin, I think. And obviously they have insane range. So we want to get our cavalry out and take something like them down as quick as we can. If they're kind of exposed. But other than that, there's nothing too concerning. Obviously, our focus is going to be on elephants again, right? We got to take them down. So let's get ready. See, I'm not really sure where they're going to be coming in. They could be coming in down this street now or something. Ultimately, they're trying to take this, right? So I'll just move my guys out of here for a second and then figure out where we're going to place them and see who's the strongest units. Really, we've only got a handful of full strength units. I think we need our 2 Phoenician mercenary hoplites to ultimately hit... I'm hoping that the elephants will crash into these guys. Alright, companion hoplites can go here first, right? They're the longer pike units, I think. Oh no, actually they are just hoplites. I mean, that's what they're called. I keep thinking they look like pike units because they've got a really tall spear here, but that's not necessarily true. Okay, then hoplites. Sorry I'm being a bit indecisive. We'll just get them in the line there. We'll get another row of them behind. So defend the markets again, as per usual, and we'll tuck them in behind the building just a little bit in case different things start trying to rain in on us. Other pikes can maybe chill out here, defend that side, and then our other Phoenicians can defend here. Alright, so we're boxing ourselves in from this street, and this street. So the only way to get in and around is to go all the way around the settlement and in from the back to get into us. We'll leave our cavalry out that way. We're going to move them out almost instantly. General might have to be a bit more proactive in this one, we'll see. We'll leave him behind this building for now. Couple of weak little kind of garrison units here. Again, they could be maybe tanking just at the front in case the enemy wants to throw some volleys. Maybe going to just soak some up. I don't really mind these units dying. Italian town guard. Sorry, but you are expendable. They're basically converted Carthaginians anyway, so. Hastati late. We got 2 of them on yellow. So pop them behind. And 2 of them on red. Again, might keep some of these guys now just in reserve, right? They're going to come up if they're needed. The Ligurians, turn off fire at will. They'll be good against the elephants. I'm going to keep them in reserve, and we'll send them to wherever the elephants end up coming in. The spear archers. These guys will be good straight down the line, I think. So we'll just keep them a little bit spaced out from each other. The Italian slingers, not the best. We'll keep them out here. They can fire over that way if they need to. We also need more troops out this way, so we'll just get some extra spears. These guys are actually... Which is the big one? These ones. The levy. They can go at the front, again, to tank an initial attack, or maybe a volley of missiles or something. These ones can sit behind just to protect. Okay, so that's the Tarentine light hoplites. Some weaker troops. Again, we'll just tuck them in at the back. They'll be reserved. We'll send them up if needed. We have some... the local general, I guess. The local garrison general, captain, if you want to call him that. You can sit around here as well. I don't think him dying really matters or anything. We have mob, of course. Couple of mob. I don't know what to do with them, really. They're so weak. They're just, like, so unimportant. Sometimes a flank with them can help just for the hitting morale, you know, so send them maybe out around that way. Maybe. Alright, that's all the mob. Is anything left out there? We have 1 unit. Oh, right. So still another... Is it Lucanian hoplites? No, companion hoplites. See, the one is there. I guess they could go behind each other. Right, now, the only other thing, just turn off fire at will. We want to control when we fire. Bringing them around the back is obviously like an amazing way to get like a really good punch, but I'm keeping them behind lines right now so we can deal with the elephants that come through. Speaking of, I'll see if we can put down just some spikes there. Maybe they'll run over them, possibly. Spike traps. Can we do that here? So, or pits, rather. They'll fall into those pits if they run in there. Caltrops and stuff, we'll send them in there. Gotta protect myself from running into these things, but it should be straightforward enough. It'll be alright. I'd rather them run into them first, if anything. Other than that, I think we're good. I'm not going to use the burning pits or the barricades. That's fine by me. So let's begin. I think we're ready. Oh, yeah. The only other thing would be the 2 little ships. We'll bring them in. We'll just land them in the center and use their javelins as well. Okay. Let's begin.
And all Rome are upon us today. We must make them proud that we are their defenders. More than that, our Roman gods are watching. Make sure they are not ashamed.
This guy's ghostly gray skin right now. The boats are here. Excellent. Alright, looks like they're heading for the main market entrance, as per usual. Just before I forget, we'll send these guys onto their, or put them into their phalanx. Alright, you've been through this many times before. That's what I would be saying to them as a general. This is yet another easy defense after the stunning performance that these guys have had in the last, I don't know, I suppose technically almost for a year they've been defending this place now. That's what we like to see. They're going to run over our pits, take a little bit of damage. Now, we're not firing on them just yet, but we'll let these guys go loose in just a second. In fact, they can fire now, I suppose, if you can get an aim on them. And we did this before, actually, but maybe the slingers could go there. See, you can't really position them against this thing properly. Alright, we're firing in. Really, I'd want to just aim for the elephants if we can. They're not fully in range just yet. They do have a little bit of missile cavalry, actually, and they've taken a huge amount of hits there, actually. Great shots then, guys. Good stuff. I'm worried about right-clicking these because they might start rotating and orientating themselves to fight them. Just rather, you just stay there, wait till they get into the middle. We've already almost gotten rid of the missile cavalry. What is that? Numidian cavalry, yeah. Wow, I can't believe I missed that when I was checking their units. My bad. Now, the question is, do we want to do... Oh, well, that's brilliant. Their general has just run straight into spears. Good job. Obviously separate to everything else. Right, so because the elephants are coming this way, we're going to run up the Ligurians, right, the javelins. We don't need to worry about that. They're just going to kill themselves against our spears, basically, and we can send our cavalry out now that they've cleared the settlement. And the other jabs here. Let's get those jabs in. And these guys just a tiny bit back. And a tiny bit back for them as well. Right, the elephants haven't even broken through the line of Italian guard, so we're totally good so far. The units are just making their way in now. They've run through the spikes. The caltrops actually probably took down some of that cav as they came through also. Yeah, it looks like they're going to come down this way and help each other out. I'm going to get 2 or 1. I think just maybe one of the archers can go turn around this way. I'll start running these guys up as well. Right, javelins are here. They actually have fire at will on already. Just fire on the elephant, please. They've gone rampage mode, I think. It's going to be a little hard to see in here. There we go. I did actually notice in editing, watching the previous battle back, that the market stalls do get destroyed. It's just, it seems like with the Divide and Impera mod, they stay up for way longer. In the base game, just if you run a unit through, they just fall over. But I guess they must have like a little health or something, and they maybe increase that amount. Nice, this is easy peasy. Easy peasy. Alright, now we're firing into these guys. I just was worried about them firing straight into me. Is their general gone? Their general's gone. What am I doing waiting here? We've got Equites that can run around and slam straight into those missiles. I've been a bit slow, sorry. I'm so sorry, okay? Don't judge me. Fire right there. Yeah, they're just going to be hitting our poor guys here. Just stay in phalanx, just do your best, just hold. It's all good. See, this is why you right-click and they run forward. It's kind of a little bit difficult to contain them. I mean, there is skirmish mode, but it doesn't really work the way you'd hope it would in this game. Oh, guard mode actually would be the thing we need, isn't it? Do we have guard mode? Ah, we do. Okay, I'll make sure we toggle that on then in future so they don't run ahead. You go this way. One of you just go through. The other one's going to run this way. They're super weak. Not too worried about them. Stop firing now. You're okay. There we go. Love to see it. And we'll just hit these guys from this side. They've broken already. GG. Okay, well, that's good news. Because then we can get our units here, these sword units, and run them out and around. Lift our phalanx. We'll keep the hoplites there. Ligurians can still fire into this group, although we could start running them around now, actually, and we can inch forward with our phalanx. So these are the Ligurians. We've taken a bit of damage here, actually. 100 men have died. I didn't even notice that. Right, archers. You guys are going to run around as well. Yeah, good. Alright, nice. So we're going to try and start firing in from them from the side. And we'll put some units here just to hold the line, basically. The cavalry now can just chill. So a fresh spear unit here. That did a good defense. They can hold the line here. Against any cav or the units that might come around this way. Alright, everything's looking good. We obviously have all these slingers. I'm waiting to bring them out and around as well. We can start inching forward with these guys too now if we want. Now that we've tanked the initial kind of missiles. They might get a bit broken up doing that, but let's just check the ammo on these guys now. So, Those levies are done. We'll just pull them out of here. Get our general to move forward now. I'm not worried about any missiles anymore. Ligurians can move up. Javelins admittedly are much better from behind, but it's fine. It's all good. Oh, wrong move. So what I'm trying to do is just grab the sword unit, the Hastati, and bring them around. I guess just back them up here, please. The archers, bring them out. Cavalry, bring them out. Alright, cool. Sweeping around on the right, the balance of power is turned in our favor. Everything's looking good. Is that cavalry going to suicide in? Looks like they... Yep. 2 of them did, anyway. Alright, just keep going forward. As I keep saying, keep inching forward, please. Spears can move forward now a bit better. And so can these guys. And the slingers behind them. Just walk. You're fine. These guys will hold. Give them a little boost. Oh, wow, that didn't reach them. I'm surprised about that. Agrippa is a bit more of a novice general. So maybe his range isn't as good yet. We have one missile unit here at the back I might crash into in a moment. Obviously, you have to watch out for those. The caltrops looks like they've been used effectively. And they've been broken and fallen over, so that's good. We shouldn't be in any immediate danger for that. Alright, things are looking good. We'll move forward. I've been very cautious and hesitant, but I think we can get a little bit more aggressive now that the tables have turned. Alright, we'll just give the attack order for the cavalry on that side of things. These guys are holding just fine. We'll step forward now with them. Alright, slingers, can you just navigate around the corner there, please? How you doing in the middle? Well, these guys are mercenaries. They're going to go anyway, but certainly wouldn't want them breaking through suddenly somehow. Now, can you guys start throwing? We'll aim right in there, please. They're throwing from the front, but they'll get some kills, no doubt. Balhamun be praised, of course. Why are my guys saying that? They're the mercenaries, I guess. Yeah. Alright, cavalry's done their job. We'll rotate around now. We're bringing these guys around nicely. I want to engage those guys so we can hit them in the back with the cavalry in a moment. Slingers are now kind of free and out and around. The archers can now start to come in. If we get them back in here, I can fire into there. We'll use fire arrows as well or something, and that will totally like disrupt and break a lot of these guys. Alright, they're moving forward. Don't have much of a way to get to them actually, properly. If we get these 2 spear units to just run forward with them maybe. Well, actually, you guys can go in there in a sec. Slingers can move around now. Alright, the archers are almost here. Have you guys fired your ammo? They already have, yeah, the Hastati is fired in there. Alright, I'll tell you what. No, yeah, I'm waiting to go in until we fire some fire arrows in and stuff like that. So let's aim in there. Don't do that. Can I not use concentrate fire, no? 2 of them won't let me for some reason. Oh no, yeah, 1 of them won't. I don't know why. Alright, that's good. They've run in there. Maybe because of the way these guys are firing or something? Alright, slingers, fire on that group. You guys go in there. Cavalry can then run in here. 1 of the cavalry can go this way. So it's going to be a bit of an awkward turn, but you're going to come in and try to hit in there. You're going to come in and try and hit in this way. Slings are being fired in, just for good measure on the edge there. Fire arrows are raining in to break the morale. Now we can give the order for the Hastati to get in. Seeing as these guys are going to be so disrupted, they should start breaking now. Let's get that cavalry out of here. They did their job. They broke the unit. Slingers can move up. You guys can lift your phalanx. Run forward if you want, I guess. No harm. That looks like a complete wipe. There we go. They're actually all pushing through this way, so excellent. Let's get our cavalry to run in from the back. We can get our general to kind of mop up from the front as well, even. Everybody stop firing. Don't want any accidental casualties. The archers actually fired all their ammo. Wow, good job. Those guys are going to struggle to get out. This was a textbook defense. It's actually probably easier in some ways than the Numidians. Maybe because I was over-preparing, right? Textbook defense. And we're getting stronger all the time. I keep upgrading my guys to be better at defense, right? So that's also probably helping a bit. I didn't do anything really with the slingers. They fired like 1 or 2 volleys. We'll run out there and we'll just tell them to fire at will, see if they can aim at anybody. And you guys come back. We're waiting until that pit is cleared out, as usual. It's just carnage in here. It's really hard to see anything with the lighting the way it is. We're like in sort of a shadow. But the cavalry's in there just mopping up. It's so funny, like, the general now, he can claim all these kills. Like, oh yeah, we got like, you know, we got like 200 kills or something. And it's like, well, you only came in at the end, didn't you? Stolen valor, that is. Are they firing? They're actually not. Fire. Your ammo is just stones. Don't worry about casting them. We'll pick up plenty more. That's what I like to see. Rather, cruelly, I suppose. Alright, should we leave it at that? Is that pretty much it? That seems like it's it. GG. Decisive. I'll save that. Alright, GG. That was a complete massacre. Just in the loading screen there, I noticed something I was very happy about. The Sacred Band, you know, one of the best units they have. They only got 2 kills. Same with some of their best hoplites. So only 2 kills or whatever. Again, the Numidian cavalry, 124, so they did the most damage. Probably just the guys that were the 300 levies I just had standing there just got peppered, I guess, over and over. Some of the axe warriors did alright as well, you know, 20, 30 kills, but... And the elephants, only 35. So I think we just managed the targets pretty well. And obviously the AI is dumb as fuck. But yeah, generally speaking, quite happy with that. These hoplites, worth their weight in gold. Good mercenaries to pick up, because... if we didn't have them, would have been a completely different story. Not to lose any units like this is pretty good. Alright, so good job, Agrippa. What we do with these boys? We'll just kill them. They're Carthaginians. Not even worthy to be slaves.
One sacrifice is
Sparta,
on the altar of our goodwill. I speak of gold, of course.
Mm-hmm. You want 2,460 for a non-aggression pact. I'm going to say no. People have asked me if I'm going to go to Greece and get those Sparta and Macedon or whoever's left over, or Athens, as satrapies or client states. I'd like to. We have to deal with Carthage first, but then by the time we're done with Carthage, we should have enough legions that we can actually split and go into like either Gaul or Iberia and Greece around the same time. But it depends. You know, if Egypt go to war with us, they're a really big faction, so we'll have to think about that.
And so we love gold.
I'm going to say no. I mean, obviously they're demanding money for a defensive alliance, which we don't need. But it's tempted to get like another sort of... we don't have any allies, technically, right? So we have 2 clients, but no allies. It would be nice to have some, and they're at war with people that I'm interested in attacking ourselves. But for now, we'll say no. They're too risky. Anyone could go to war with them and drag us in. Alright, let's see what's been going on. A child has been born, Appius Tunisius Florus. A lot of us's in there. Faction destroyed, the Aravasi. These are a Spanish faction, Iberian faction. Yeah, they normally start here. This actually is quite interesting. The Lusitani doing well for themselves. At least 4 towns, maybe 5? Can't quite remember if there's another one in there. This might tell me. You can spot them on the... no, by the looks of things, that's it. So 4 regions though. I guess it just looks like a lot of territory. 4 isn't that much, but they're doing alright. The RDA, though, on the other hand, just looking over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jeez. Wow. This is like one of the weakest vanilla factions ever. So I'm just really surprised about that. But in Dividate and Impera, maybe they're a bit better. I also never noticed the resources on this map. So I saw the loading screen come up again. Oh, there's the Antigonids, yeah. It came up and said that salt, horses, and slaves are the 3 resources that are only in 2 spots in the entire game. But with buildings, you can build them up and then increase the volume. And then make it locally. So once you get it into your empire, then you can build a building that produces it in any of your towns. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of interesting little mechanic. It's like, oh, once we get it, we can multiply it ourselves. I don't really know how that works for salt, but I could see it working for horses or trained slaves. It's like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But the salt one, I'm not really sure. Although, I guess the technique of getting it, if you're coastal, could just be passed on. I don't know. What the hell do I know? I have no idea. I mean, it's not, you don't just get it from the ocean, obviously. There's like actual proper salt mines, isn't there? What the hell do I know? Right, so anyways, Massalia is the other one that's kind of interesting, right? Because they have North Italy and so does the RDA. The RDA would be a good guy to go to war with. We're really great friends with them, though. Just because they have so much territory that we'd have a lot of potential gains. So we'll think about it. Anyways, we're rocking a lot of money. 49,000. Down here, the raiding armies have now retreated. 2 of them have gone back. One's recruiting right now. This one is on the way out, and these guys are just stranded. I'm kind of hesitant to move and chase because we're gaining replenishment. We wouldn't gain as much if we moved out. We're also amazingly gaining public order here. I know we just had a rebellion, but still, with the 2 armies in the towns, it's kind of crazy that's happening. Now, we have the 2 fortified armies here. This is why I kept this army back, I suppose. But granted, they're within reach of each other. You could just do a swap whenever you want, I guess. In fact, we could do that now and still chase. But these guys are licking their wounds. We're going to keep them with the mercenaries for a while. That's fine. We have loads of money, so no problem. And we'll just keep these guys here. I'm tempted to sally out and deal with them. It's really tempting. But I'd like to wait until they're separated or until they come at me. They're not raiding, so there's no real problem just yet. Although they could be spreading culture, which can be kind of annoying. Alright, we're keep going to mainlining down to Euphranta, of course. Papirius Cursor, our admiral. And what legion do we have here? Is it our faction leader? It is. Libo. Alright, so he's going to go down. Euphranta, make his way up to LPQY. And then we'll have the entire province. We'll have 3 legions in Africa ready to push west. That's at least the plan. Hopefully, the Ptolemies don't bother us in the meantime. Because that'd be very annoying indeed. Who are they at war with, actually? It's probably worth checking out that they're busy, right? They're happy with us. We're trading, so they shouldn't attack us. And they have a war to their east. They do also have a war with the Garamantians down here. That's fine by me, really, if they go for them. But I'd rather take them out, build relations with Ptolemy, and then just client state them, if we could. Unfortunately, in this game, it's really difficult to client state someone if they've got 2 towns. It's a one-click button if they've only got 1 town. You can just do it easily. But if they have 2, the way you can do it in Dividend and Impera is liberate 1 town, so it creates a new faction. They become your client, and then, well, actually, they become your ally, I think. And then we could client the other one. Ideally, if we just have them against the ropes and we defeat a couple armies, maybe we could pay them into client state status, because the game is very much in the camp of like people don't like to give in. Now let's just see, they are at war and we have money.
Do not try to
So can you assess your situation and see that you'll be way more comfortable? No. Oh well, that's alright. I'm not really sure what to do actually, because I didn't have time to look around between episodes because we were stuck in the attack screen, right? So let's see, what do we have here? The fishery. So this one is less public order penalty and more fish resource. This one is more local money. I guess we'll go down the right side for now. Which one was that? The fishery itself. Okay. It's fine by me. Anything to do over here? Not really. Ah, yeah, we can upgrade the towns now. I forgot about that. And take in considerable food. I suppose we could start doing that. So Carthage, we could turn into commercial Carthadasht or fortified Carthadasht. You kind of want to almost start with the fortified, and then we'll move it over to commercial later. Fortified would give us a much bigger garrison. I'm sure it's not going to get attacked, but maybe just for the roleplay of it, we'll do that, and we'll move it over then in the future. It still makes a decent amount of money. It lowers banditry, actually, a lot. Certainly. Does it have stronger public order benefits? Yes. So while we're maybe trying to spread our culture and everything, fortified would make sense. So let's do it. And our Kothan has been built, isn't it? So construction report. The Kothan, the fishing boats, and Carthadash occupied is now like the main building is what we want it to be. So the Kothan. We went from, I know I've kind of talked about this before, but we went from basically no benefits, right? 68 wealth from maritime commerce to now having loads, right? So extra food, money from industry, an increase to maritime commerce wealth, a reduction in piracy penalties, level 1 ship hulls everywhere, supply line 2 regions extended out from this region itself. So that means that we can push further out without having to worry about foraging. That mechanic hasn't really come into my playstyle so far, because unless we really go far and disconnect ourselves, we've had supply even across the ocean pretty well. We did see it, I guess, briefly with the boats, but if we were to go all the way over and like attack the Seleucids, we'd have no supply. You would see your armies just like evaporating unless you took something fairly quickly, because they'd be trying to forage, and then that kind of runs out pretty quickly, and then suddenly you're like, you know, you're without food. But this basically means that we now have 2 regions over. So here and here are going to be supply, like our armies will just have supply going that way. Now it's not infinite. There is a certain limit to the amount that you produce. I can't remember where we checked that though. Is it here? Yes. Region supply is 241 out of 520. So it's gaining, and we'll have access to this 2 regions over. But if we had like 2 or 3 armies, it still might be like over consuming. The estimated consumption right now is 51, so we're losing consumption here because there's 2 armies here and our armies in the town. So these guys do affect your local consumption as well, I believe. I think so anyway. If I'm wrong about that, it's just the 2 armies that we have, I guess, because it is, no, it's region based, not province based. Yeah. All right, so it definitely is those 2 guys. All right, anyways, the Illyricovones and the Vitones. Faction destroyed, the Illyrian pirates. Good. Edicts have been issued. Bread and games over here, and selling slaves at Latium. Oh yeah, I vaguely remember we had way too many slaves, and now we're going to be lowering them per turn. But we get way more money out of them for a little while. Ah, we're building up a new fleet. I didn't even remember that. Shipwright report. I vaguely remember, but now certainly it seems like we don't really need them. But I'll just keep doing it. I must have had a good reason for it before that I've forgotten. So we'll just get 2 more of these, 2 more little baby ones. I do remember saying that this is going to be a smaller fleet, and it was going to use this to support this one getting back and forth and moving armies back to Italy while we're trying to, you know, stick to the rule of replenishing from Italy the Roman units, or getting new Roman units from there. Whereas we get the auxiliary units elsewhere. So we'll have to build an auxiliary barracks in one of these places too. Alright, not much else to do down there. We're just going to be waiting on our armies now to replenish. Just double check politics is all good. Totally fine. We're where we want to be. Imperium's growing. Alright, not much else to look at then, I don't think. And we already went over diplomacy. The people that like me the most. The Antigonides. Oh yeah, the spies. The spies. Right, so we've checked in on that. There's no towns between here and here. I'm not really sure where I want to send her then. I guess just up and over and see what's going on behind the RDA. The Scordisi. What's over there? The Getae. Maybe we should go around the Black Sea, actually. Seeing as some of them might actually be trading partners, technically, because we can get our trade route through there. The spy here, yeah, just stay. Governors are doing their thing. Are they assigned? They are. This one's assigned. Good. All right. Yep, it's just a waiting game now. Right, we'll just hit end turn. 12 food as well, and we're currently in summer. No, autumn. Nice. All right, so winter next turn.
The storm has raged long enough.
Interesting.
And now, at your agreement, the softer rains of peace.
A peace treaty with Mycele. I don't know if I can make you do this, but can you be... No, I was going to say transfer your client state status to me, and then yeah, but they can't do that. That's a bit silly that they can't do it. I mean, this game is old anyway. But it would be awesome if you could say, like, become my client state, and then it would just trigger them going to war with, like, Carthage straight away, you know, because they're breaking away from them. I'm going to say no, I guess. Or should we? I don't know. Peace with them would be kind of nice. We wouldn't have to worry about that town, or that area. The province of Numidia. Well, we're going to be going for that province anyway, so if you're all part of the same thing, then we'll say no. Doesn't look like it's the same province, though. Pirates have been spotted. So what province is this? Numidia. And this one? Oh, okay. Oh, it's just because it's owned by 2 different factions, the line is going through it. So we have Capsa, Kirthan, Demidi, and Isle. Yeah, well, we want to get it all then, don't we? We don't want to share cultures or anything with anybody. So you can start going on the offensive pretty soon, actually, because this is pretty weak here. Or we'll wait until Libo makes his way up from the south. Which shouldn't be too long. As soon as we take this, we'll just get moving straight into the next place. Then when that army comes up here, yeah, they can move across the Capsa. That's a walled settlement. So it has a 20 unit garrison, 2 units of African villagers. Not worried about that too much. Honestly, not worried about any of it. They're just garrison units anyway. But yeah, they're mustering. Oh well, we'll just have to wait, I guess. Alright, so construction report. Trading port at Caralis has been upgraded. Municipum. Municipium. Excuse me. At Casenti. I vaguely remember this as well. And then a trading port at Eulalia. Sorry, I just wanted to see, what do we get from this? Oh yeah, I was lacking growth. I think that's why I wanted to go with that. But it does consume food. We're a little tight on food. It is winter. A little tight on food though. I remember we committed to a bunch of settlements getting upgraded for food specifically. So we should be okay, but it's just something to keep an eye on. Don't want to overbuild too badly. What does this do? That's a farming town, but it actually consumes food. How bizarre. Casenti is a farming town. Oh, you can choose what it becomes. How did I not know that? So it's not based on a resource, it's just what we wanted it to be. Okay. It probably just started that way and I didn't even think about it. I'd rather go for something like this, the civil settlement or the market. Because you get more growth. Oh no, you get more growth with farming. God, I'm such an idiot. Okay, you get some public order. What about at the very end? So the farming town consumes the least amount of food when it's built up, and it gives you the most growth. Okay, I guess maybe I did make that choice. We'll leave it as is then. Oh dear. Alright, shipwright report. More ships have been made on seasonal conditions, so they're going to be pissing off the townspeople here, I guess. Let's get a couple quinqueremes for good measure, just in case. Get some triremes. I'll have to make the supply ship soon. That fleet's coming along nicely, so we're just one turn away from attacking your front. I don't see anything down here. No Egyptian armies that we've spotted. Okay, we'll just go with Pompeia Gemella. Let's move her over towards the Black Sea. And you can pretty much stay there. Everyone else is good. I don't think I'm going to do any building. We'll just flip through the settlements real quickly. So this one could upgrade if we wanted to. We just don't really have the food to commit to that right now. Character-wise, politics is good. Do we have any women that are not upgraded? We have her. We could send her to boost food in one of these provinces that's consuming a lot. Not that it would do much, but just in case something happens where it did fall down, this might be a little bit to help. And there's no harm in it. She levels up. It's all good. Just costs 1,000 to do it. Alright. I notice our income is... Oh yeah, our income is obviously dwindling because we're building a fleet, and that's quite expensive. Ah, forgot about this guy. Strabo. Trebellius Strabo. The 4th Defenders. Damn, I have no memory what I was planning to do with these guys. Were we going to send them over and help in Africa? I think I did say that we're going to go all in on Africa, but now I don't think we need to. 3 full stacks out here should be enough, I think. Could always build another army, though, back home. Yeah, I think it's worth keeping him here. Well, station him down in Sicily, so he's like in between, maybe. Or even just at the boot of Italy, somewhere here. How are they for public order? And how's everywhere for public order? Corsica is at neutral. Oh no, it's gaining though, so that's good. And Africa is the only one that's losing. So negative 13. Okay. Alright, we'll end the turn one more time.
There is a time when warriors must sheath the sword and talk for the good of their people.
The Volcae Tectosagis want peace again. They're actually only at war with me and the Vici. Okay, in that case, actually, then yeah, sure. I don't need to go to war with you guys. It's fine. Alright, not much movement. Ooh, missing supplies. Oh, look at that. We went down to 0 food. Missing supplies in Corsica and Sardinia. That is so fortuitous. So, yeah, the province will produce a lot less food this one. Wait, wasn't it already a negative for food? It might have been. If that's the case, I don't know if it really made much difference at all. Although our food being 0, it probably did, actually, thinking about it. Because now food is negative 17. I imagine that's not just from the buildings. So 4, 8, 12. Oh, maybe. 14, 16, So it's a -1 that I can't account for, I guess. That's fine. Well, whatever. But yeah, it's a good thing that we sent food out to that other province just to bolster it for a little while, because it seemed to actually work out in our favor. So yeah, not much movement from these guys. They've actually... Oh, no, they haven't. I thought they lifted their status, so it just didn't load in. So these are all out of my province now, so that's good news. We're almost fully replenished here at Thapsos. So that's great. We don't have an auxiliary barracks yet, so we can't really recruit here. But we'll get one up soon. Marcus Junius Brutus, the Admiral. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is he the brother of the other one? Well, I guess we could say he is, if we wanted to. What is he? He's 46 and the other guy's 39? Yeah, sure. The older brother? Why not? Probably, right? Is there any other things that we need to look at really quickly? I want to just land and take that town, but just in case anything comes up, I just want to make sure we look at our events first. The Latium population is inspired. Wow, the money has really dropped with these fleets are very expensive. I wonder is it dropping for some other reason? Doesn't look like it, just at first glance. But it feels like it's... These aren't that expensive. Are they 437? I guess this is fairly expensive to maintain. Alright, anyways, let's drop the fleet with Libo to Eurfronta. We'll just land straight up, or we'll blockade here, and then the army could get off, I think? Or we could just attack it straight up. Yeah, we can just auto-resolve that, that's no problem. Obviously, it's just a complete wash. Just balanced, please. Alright, we didn't lose any ships. Took a little bit of damage, the cavalry, surprisingly. And I don't know why that would be. I guess, well, we've seen how the AI act. They just send their cavalry straight in, don't they? We're just going to occupy. 10,000 money from loot is good, but I'm trying to keep the population not too unhappy here for now. Because now the rebellions can kind of pop up anywhere. Ooh, the Garamantians are there. Interesting. Right, we leveled up our Imperium, meaning we can have extra armies. So now I could bring that army down from Italy, because now we can just make another one. So we kind of have the money for it. We're actually losing food. I have no idea how that's possible. Oh, is it the global logistics? Oh, shit, the Carthaginian pirates are here too. It must be global logistics, because this place isn't taxed. When you don't tax, you don't get the food. Food's actually positive in this province, which is interesting. So hop out. It must be to do with global logistics coming this far, and it's a bit separated. Something like that. -7 food from global supply pool and 14% to the upkeep. I guess, actually, that could be another reason the money's getting worse, because the further we go, the more expensive the armies get to maintain. That could be why. Good thing we have a big war chest. Right. So for this town, basically, farming, civil, or market. Well, we just had a look at that. Which one gives you the best public order? The civil. Let's try civil then. I know it takes more food, but we'll build farms. Be okay. Well, we're about to get a fishery, so hopefully it'll all work itself out. Does this place have a unique resource? No. Alright, so we'll do a villa. Oh no. I was going to say these are consuming food, but no, they're not. So that's not it either. We'll do fishing ports. And a trench mine. So we could just leave that the way it is. Culture doesn't matter. 4% wealth generated by slaves. 8% wealth from industry. What else is in this region? There is unique food there. So I would say get rid of that and we'll do something more in line with agriculture. The agricultural settlement, does that... I just want to check really quickly. Does that have a bonus to agriculture? It does, 8%. So I think, actually, even though we need the public order, we'll go with the food. Make this a food province, right? Because that's what it's got unique. It's got fish, it's got wheat or grain. The Cothin is obviously great for maritime commerce and stuff, but yeah, I think boosting agriculture through it would probably be okay. Does give you money from industry, money from commerce. Oh, I guess, actually, with the food resources and stuff, we could spec them to be commercial focused if we want, I think, normally anyway. Anyway, I guess we'll see that in the next episode. So that's going to be a -63 to public order, just your classic -63, no big deal. We can't move the fleet anymore, but next turn we can go out and deal with the pirates, should we wish. We can also go north and pick up our boy Strabo here and send him south to maybe maintain fighting against any of the... He could go for the Garamantians, actually, thinking about it. If they want to play ball, want to get involved. Or just keep the peace, because that would probably be helpful. But yeah, negative 63, it's so vicious. Negative 10 from current raids. Provincial instability 10. Conquest negative 15 and cultural differences negative 12. Military presence in the settlements negative 72. So that'll do it. So yeah, we could start stepping out, actually thinking about it. Just even standing next to the province. Not that it'll make any difference this turn, but soon enough. And then the last thing to check, culture. We're at 28%, gaining 2% per turn. The Carthaginians are down to 52. Once they go below 50, you wouldn't be able to recruit any Carthaginian units here anymore. Alright, that's going to have to be it for me. So pretty straightforward little defensive episode, but we're making gains in Africa. So feeling good, and more and more armies are pouring over all the time. I'd say the tables have turned, and now we're just going to be pushing out west. So we can leave the Garamantians. That would be great if we can just take this province, sort out the rebellions, then we only have one solid western front to deal with, which would make life very easy indeed. So that's the goal, obviously. Alright, that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.